What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Talia, if you guys don't know me already. And today, this video is for my ladies because I'm going to talk to you guys about my breast augmentation that I literally just had on today's. So I'm filming this Friday, so I literally just had this on Wednesday, so like 2 days ago. So I'm like day 3 right now, and obviously I'm currently still in recovery, which is why like literally in my bed right now because I haven't really been able to do much. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and answer a bunch of questions that you guys have for me. I'll start off with, I guess I'll kind of give you guys a little background. Like I had been considering getting a breast augmentation probably for like, I don't know, maybe I feel like maybe at some point every girl in her life like thinks like, oh, should I get one or not? And then I know I had like been considering it for like the last year, and I was like, man, like, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Like, and in the back of my head, I always knew like possibly like after I have kids, I was like, I'm more than sure I'm gonna do it like after I have kids, right? And then I started thinking about it even more, and I was like, well, you know what? Like, I kind of like, I want to be able to like have them now and be able to like flaunt them right now, like being younger. And what I mean by flaunt is not like I'm gonna like, ooh, but just like, there's certain shirts or I don't know, things that you wear and you're like, oh, like this would look really good if I had, like bigger, whatever. So, so yeah, I mean, there is no like specific reason like, oh my God, I was like super unhappy. Like, no, because like at the end of the day, like I still, I still worked with what I had, I still worked with what I had. But if I was able to give myself like this little gift, from me to me, then why not? So yeah, that's really why I decided, guys. I mean, another thing also, it's like cutting sometimes obviously made me lose a little more like breast because obviously, you're cutting, which is completely normal. But yeah, like how I said, I mean, overall, like I can't really say like, oh my God, I was like super unhappy like with this, because like I still wore whatever I wanted, whatever shirts I wanted. Honestly, I'm literally only did this for me, for like for me to enjoy, for me to like be able to flaunt, for me, like that's it. So that's really the reason behind it. Before I found my doctor, I did a lot of research, okay? And I suggest you guys to do your research. Like, don't go based off just like, what I do or anyone else who does. Like, always do your research. I have a lot of girlfriends who actually have breast augmentations, and it's funny because to each one of them, I went to their doctors and I did a consult, and something about, and like they weren't bad, but something about like each of those doctors like still didn't convince me yet. Like I still wasn't convinced yet. Like, yeah, like okay, I'm gonna do it with this doctor. Like, no. And I wasn't really, if I'm being honest, like I wasn't really concerned about the price, or or like where was it at, because I looked in places in Mexico like TJ, and then obviously the price ranges there are way lower than over here in California. And I also looked at many places here in California and Beverly Hills and Ontario. But so long story short, one day I was just like on my phone and I was like looking at YouTube videos, and I encountered like this doctor, and then I started watching his video about like breast augmentation, and I really liked like the information like he gave, and I was like, oh dang, like this doctor like seems like extremely knowledgeable, or just I don't know, something about like watching that video like made me really like that doctor. And so then I was like, well, let me see where like this doctor is located, like where does he do this. So I started looking into that doctor, and he is actually located in Beverly Hills. His name is Dr. Barrett, and I'll go ahead and leave on the description below like his website and stuff. But yeah, so I was like, okay. And it's funny because he's the only doctor who actually charged for a consult, and I was fine with that. I was like completely fine with paying for the consult because all the other ones were free. And I was like, okay, like, so I ended up going with him, Dr. Barrett, and honestly, like right away, like talking to him and like his staff and everybody was just so welcoming, like very genuine. It didn't feel like they were just like, okay, like just trying to do it for the money. Like, okay, let's go, hurry up, let's get you out of here. This is what you want. All right, cool. Like, no, it sincerely felt like they wanted to like get me the results that I wanted, which is to me, I wanted to do like a natural, I guess, 'cause it's not natural, but you know, a natural look, and you know, nothing too much like boom in your face. Like, so I wanted to do something obviously to complement my body, my body frame, and he just did an amazing job at explaining like exactly what I needed for my body, what he possibly suggested. And again, like, I would just recommend you guys to watch his videos if you want like way more information, but he's just like awesome on like explaining everything, like the whys and all this stuff. So yeah, so I ended up going with him. So there is a price range. I believe he ranges from 9,000 to 10,000 or something like that. My doctor, and yeah. So, but there is other places, obviously, like other consults that I would go to, where their price ranges started at around like 7,000 or 6,000. I know in Mexico, they started off like around like 4,000 or something like that. And if I'm being very honest with you guys, like, to me, like, I don't care where the doctor is from, if he's from Beverly Hills, if he's from TJ in Mexico. Like, what I cared for is for somebody to like make me feel confident that like they're going to get me the results that I want, you know, and like make me feel like trustworthy of them, obviously, because they're like doing something to my body. So yeah, again, I did a lot of research before I committed myself to one doctor, and I do not regret it. I actually ended up going obviously with someone completely different than all my friends did, and I was perfectly fine with that because I ended up really, really loving my doctor and the results, and just everything turned out really great. So next, let's see. What amount of cc's did you get? Okay, so this is like a main question that everybody's asking, like, what size did you get? What size did you get? So obviously, for those of you who've never had a breast augmentation, the way the doctors kind of go by is like cc's. And yeah, so they don't really go by like, oh, full D, full C. Like, I would say, I mean, I'll let you guys know what size I got. I got 325 cc's. So for that, that's what fit my body the best. I don't want to look like too much, too big. Like, I literally just wanted something to kind of just give me that little oomph. Whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Obviously, everybody's body type is different. Everyone has different preferences. Even, you know, just because maybe I like a natural look, that, you know, that doesn't mean you do. You know, you could probably like something a little more like bigger, or, and that's fine. That's fine. But just for me, like, and how I like dressing, and based off like my own style, I just wanted something more like natural. Okay, and then the next question is saline or silicone. So I did silicone. Yes, I did silicone, and it is like, they call it like the gummy bear material. I know, like, that's very popular now. And then as well, here was the biggest debate on, like, for me when I was first deciding about doing this breast augmentation, because obviously, as you guys know, like, I work out a lot, and so I just didn't want it to affect my workouts super bad. And I was just like, I just don't know, like, if I should do it like under or over the muscle. And I ended up going with doing it under the muscle. So again, when you go under the muscle, it's what gives you more of a natural look, rather than over the muscle. You can obviously tend to see your breasts a little more rounder, if that makes sense. A little more rounder. And obviously that's just because, like, you know, the implant is over the muscle. And oh, another thing as well is, another question as well as what they would ask you is if you want to go high profile or moderate profile or low profile, but I don't think nobody would ever go low profile. But for me, I did moderate plus. So same exact reason, literally just to keep like that natural look of breasts. So like, obviously, like, naturally your breasts, like, you know, just drop like a teardrop, right? So high profile is more like they're kind of more up, and moderate profile is kind of like they just like they drop like nicely. If that makes sense. Somebody is asking if it hurt, and then, well, No, like when you're obviously getting your surgery, like you're asleep. Like literally when they put the IV in my arm, like I was talking to like the doctor and I literally just knocked out. I all I remember is like the last conversation we were barely having, which I didn't even know I was gonna knock out then, and I did. And I just remember being woken up and was like, Talia, like you're ready, like you're done. And then I remember them getting me up and they were like, oh my God, like look at them. And I just like looked at them and I was like, they look great. Yeah, I was like so out of it because obviously, you know, you just went through surgery, so you're not gonna have like all this crazy energy. But yeah, I mean, overall, like it went really, really well. You will feel though, I will tell you, you will feel a lot of pressure. Like instantly when you wake up, you're gonna feel like literally like a big ass like rock on you. Like I was like, dude, like get this off me. Like, cause you feel a lot of pressure like when you first wake up. What's another thing? Some people I know can get nauseous. Luckily I kind of almost got nauseous, but once I started like drinking more liquids like orange juice or something just to have something in my in my stomach, because you can't go into the surgery with eating anything. You have to like be literally like fasting. So so yeah, the nauseousness for me like didn't really happen. It, like I like kind of barely felt it, but it went away. Another thing is, oh, it can cause you to also be really cold when you wake up, and that I did get. Like I was shivering when I woke up, like shivering, like my body was like shaking because I was so cold when I woke up from surgery. And then you do feel a little bit of pain, obviously, because you're feeling pressure. They just did surgery like 30 minutes ago, and you do feel some pain. You're like, what the heck? Like, okay, this feels so weird, you know, because obviously I've never done any other surgery in my life before. So to me, obviously, it just felt like weird. That's, I don't know how else to explain it. Like it felt a lot of discomfort. Like yes, you're gonna feel a lot of discomfort. Okay, so my previous bra size. So kind of like how I said before, my like I wasn't like, I can't say I was like, oh my God, like I hated my breasts before. Like no, like I honestly I was like I still am like happy with my body. I was very accepting of my body, but as for my breasts, like it would kind of like, honestly, if I'm being honest, it would kind of like change. Like sometimes it would grow and sometimes they would like go back down. But again, because I work out so much and literally like cutting season, it's like it would like shred everything. And obviously like cutting season is, you know, a lot around summer. Like, you know, you wear your bikinis, this and that. So like obviously my breasts would go a lot more down because like that's part of my body fat. But then when I started bulking again, it kind of started like inflating again. So, and don't get me wrong, I've never had like the biggest breast ever. I've probably had like a full B or like hitting like a starting C. So, and then, well, another thing for my ladies, I don't know if this happens to you, but when I was on my period or whenever I get my period, like my breasts like automatically get like swole. And like, it's so awesome because you're like, hell yeah, why can't they look like this all the time, you know? But unfortunately, that doesn't last too long. It's only temporary. But yeah. So that was my previous size. Now my current size, like how I told you guys, I go by CCs. So it's kind of hard to say. Obviously, I mean, I'm like day 3. There's no way I have even tried like a bra on right now because like I still have like my stitches and stuff. So, but I would say, I don't know. I'm just going to guess like maybe a full C, a D, one of those two. Like, and I'll definitely give you guys like an updated video of like, you know, my results in like a few weeks or a few months, just because that's when I'm really going to see and know like, all right, this is their final like results. What's another question? Oh, okay, this is a good one. I did my surgery through the nipple, so I know a lot of people, well, there's actually different options. I believe you can do it through the armpit, obviously under the breast, which leaves like a very small scar. So I did my my breast augmentation through the nipple, and honestly, like another reason being is because my doctor mentioned to me that to him like that's literally like the most perfect way, because like you won't see any scar at all, because of course like it's kind of like on the outer line of your nipples. So but like obviously by the time they sew in, then it heals eventually, like you're not even gonna be able to see it, you know. But I will tell you that like it kind of like I mean, doing it through your nipple, like, like you can kind of feel it stinging a little, like, because obviously it's healing, so you have to like wait, and then yeah, like you can kind of feel like the wound there. You're like, and plus like your nipple's like a very sensitive spot too, so yeah, that's why you feel it. Okay, another question is, when can you start lifting again? Oh, don't even remind me, because this makes me so sad. Okay, so I will tell you that like this was like probably like one of the main things that was like bumming me out so much. But I mean, this is what I wanted, so this is pretty much what I have to deal with. Well, okay, so the first 2 weeks, like I literally can't be lifting anything. After the 2 weeks, I can start doing like very like cardio, possibly treadmill, a little bit of Stairmaster. And honestly, like from then on, like it kind of just depends like how fast like my body is recovering like from this. Of course, like everybody's body is different, recovers I guess at their own pace. But for me, they told me maybe around like after, you know, the second week I could start doing some cardio, light cardio. Then around like the third, fourth week, I can start doing like some like leg workouts, like, but obviously like workouts that doesn't require like my upper body. So like I can't put like a bar over my, you know, over my shoulders or things like that, because it's still like my upper body weight's gonna be like taking it. But let's say I can do maybe like leg press, where I can just like lay down and then just push on the leg press. Just pretty much workouts that don't require much of my upper body movement. So I can do that around the third, fourth week for legs, which I'm going to be doing those, guys. Hell yeah, I'm going to be doing those, because I already feel like, like so impatient to just want to do something. But yeah, and then around, they said the 6th week is when I can finally start lifting some weight for upper body, you know, but obviously based off like my own comfort of how I'm feeling. You know, if I feel like I can't lift it, then I can't lift it, like I'm not gonna touch it. But yeah, so I can start going, like they said, you know, up to 8 pounds or less. So that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much when I can kind of start lifting again. I mean, it's just, you know, if I want it, this is what I have to deal with, and it's fine, you know, because obviously time goes by fast. I feel like, I feel like I kind of got it at perfect timing, because one, like, it's winter season, so regardless, like, I'm always wearing like jackets and sweaters and things like that. And then two, obviously we're still in this pandemic, so there's not much to do anyways. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not really like missing out on much things to do. And then also, thank goodness, my mom had this week off. So coincidentally, she had this week off, so she was able to be here, kind of like take care of me, make me food, watch over me. And yeah, I mean, that's that. Well, this is a good question, like pros and cons. So I guess I'll kind of like wrap this up with like the pros and cons. I guess I would say, I don't know, I guess I could start off, you know, with the cons. So obviously, like, the cons is more so like your recovery time, because you have to like stay still, you can't really move around, you like, you know, have to be very careful and things like that. And I am not somebody who can just like sit and chill. Never. Like, this feels so weird to me. Even today I was getting so frustrated. Like, I was like, dude, like, I need to like do something. And they do tell you like get up and like walk around, but it's like not the same thing from like being able to do your own things. Like, I literally couldn't even shower by myself, because like I can't lift my arm or my hands above like my shoulders. The first few days, again, it's only day 3 for me, so I just, but little by little you do start feeling better every day, because like every day I'm like, okay, I feel a little better now, okay, I feel a little better now. But you still feel very like uncomfortable, but it's literally just because like you have like these 2 things on you, like super tight, like super tight, okay? Like, I don't know, like they just feel like solid rocks, and you're just like, holy crap. And you're literally just like, it's like 2 rocks just bringing you down. Obviously it's not gonna be like that, like they're eventually gonna soften up and things like that, but this is just part of like the surgery procedure. So just have to deal with it. So I guess that's like the main con, you know, like not really being able to do much. I'm a very independent person, and having to be dependent and like literally not do anything makes me so frustrated. I mean, I'm still doing stuff, like I'm like, all right, this is my time to like make more YouTube videos, do this, do that, like be on my laptop almost like literally all the time because I can't go work out or, you know, run errands and stuff. So I'm like, okay, this is what I got, so this is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of the cons. You know, but it's temporary, so it'll go away. I'm just hoping I recover as fast as possible just so I can like get this over with already. But yeah, and I guess obviously the pro is, I mean, it's just something I wanted, you know, it's something I wanted. I'm happy, I don't regret it. Even looking at my size now and like looking at them, I was like, damn, like he did an awesome job. Like they look so natural, they look so good, like literally. And this is like not even like the final results at all. This is like day 3. They look like rocks, you know. But even just looking at them right now, I really liked how they look. I was like, damn, he did really good, like really, really good. Obviously I showed like my sisters and my mom and stuff and my best friend, and literally like they were like, dude, like if obviously like if somebody who didn't know you like or whatever, like they would think you were just born with this, because they're not like huge, like let me show them off in your face, like no, like they're literally like they complement my body like so well, and that's literally all I wanted, and that's exactly what he did. So I don't know, I'm really, really loving them. I'm really excited for like the final results. Obviously right now I'm just like ugh. But other than that, I mean, I'm super happy with how they turned out. And yeah guys, I mean, that's pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you guys have any more questions, you can just like leave a comment down below. I'll answer any more questions you guys want me to answer. And then as well, I'll give you guys like an updated breast video. I'll give you guys like an updated video on like how I'm feeling, how it's doing. Obviously right now it's like very, very recent for me, but thank you guys for everyone who's asking me these questions, for everyone who's showing me support and sending wishes to me to get better. So thank you guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys on my next video.